Good morning, 21st of March 2019 is a minute past 8 CT time. Piotr here, and this is a global light forex channel. Let's try to check what is going on pre-London Open. Looks like they did it again. Dovish Fed dollar is lower after yesterday FOMC. Before we start, as usual, risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading FX or margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors, can sustain a loss of some or all your initial investments, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, so FOMC, here you go. There is a link. I'm going to place the link into the chat to the full statement. There you go. So looks like fairly dovish Powell. No hike expected this year. So overall it was the negative for the dollar. Dollar moved lower. But before we go with the dollar, let's start with US yields. All right, there you go. We went through 260 down towards 255. We broke through 255, so this low from the very beginning of the year been taken out, and we are trading 253 right now. Looks like we are on the way towards 250, so that might be the psychological level, right? So it's going to be smart, it's going to be clever to watch out how the market will behave around 250. Okay, that might be important also from the dollar perspective. So with negative behave on the yield side, how dollar looks like. Basket index, right? Looks like the Powell right now, after yesterday move, looks like Powell might be one of the best Trump's friends right now. So probably Powell will stay as the head of the Fed, right? Of course, as a joke. I mean, the best friend is a joke. So right now, President Trump was able to achieve 2 out of 3 main important points from his perspective. So dollar is weakening a bit. Stock is quite strong, and only the headache is from the oil perspective, right? Oil is hitting 60, and we are going to discuss it as well in a few minutes. All right, so where we are from the dollar side, looks very, very, very negative. We took out the low created at the end of the February. All right, we took it out. So right now the zone up towards 96.20 as a possible supply, and probably we are on the way at least towards 95.64, if not towards 95, this double bottom over here. All right, I would say that in that case we may even see attempt to take out this low. All right, so what I'm gonna to watch, I'm going to watch any kind of the flag creation over here, and I will try to join the sell side around 96.20. So my way of thinking, would like to see move higher and some stops related to the flag rejection, retest, and move lower. That's what I'm gonna to watch. That's how I'm gonna to trade this dollar. It's fairly negative. All right, only move above 96.40 may cancel this bearish scenario right now. Okay, so let's get back to MT4 and let's check the particular pairs before we are going to do that. One second. All right. So euro dollar. Where we are. We went through monthly open, red dotted line, 1370. We were discussing a few times. All right. So we went through. There was the 1 minute chart yesterday when I was watching this Fed announcement. There was a nice little demand created on a Riley phase, been tested already. All right after with continuation. So right now looks like the Tokyo brought some consolidation phase. All right, we had after strong move, we had a little bit of profit taking into the end of the day. All right, Tokyo brought some kind of the consolidation. I would expect some deeper move to the downside right around the London Open. All right. So I do expect that this zone, this right after FOMC levels, are gonna to be tested again. So we are talking about the levels around 1395, 1385. All right, that's my first buying zone. Second buying zone is of course the bottom of this candle right pre-FOMC. So we are talking about the levels around 1360, 1370, and it's quite logical place because it's related also with the monthly open. All right, so we are talking about 1375, 1365, and the final one is 1320, 13 level. I'm not sure we are going to see these levels. And as we are approaching end of the quarter, it's going to be smart to try to check euro dollar from the higher perspective. All right, and in that case we see one second. Yeah, I need to make the spring cleaning on this charts. I will do that one day, no worries. All right, there you go, there you go. Just 1 second, guys. We almost there. We almost there. Okay, anyway, 3 lower shadows, and looks like we may retest yearly open. In that case, we are talking about 1464. All right, that's quite important. That's quite important. 1363.7. 1463.7. And if bulls manage to close above this level at the end of the quarter, right? So trying to visualize the quarterly candle, depends how we are going to close. It might be so that's the open, right? If we manage to close above February high, that would be quite good development. Or maybe we can fight also for, January high, but that's how it looks right now, right? So from the quarter perspective, we do have some upper shadow, we have some lower shadow, so that's how it looks more or less right now. Of course, still we are, from the body perspective, we are on a negative side, so let's change it to the red one. But that's how it looks from the quarter perspective, all right? So it's quite important development is going on. Depends where we are going to be within the next 10 days, all right? From the mid and long term perspective, we are gonna to discuss possibilities of euro dollar. Today, demand down towards 13.95, 13.85, then 75.65, and then 20 and level, right? So that's how the things I see on euro dollar right now, and looks like the bulls feel the heat, so the bears might be forced to leave the market, regroup, and the possible target right now from the short-term perspective is around 14.80-15 level, right? So that's how I see the things on euro dollar. All right, pound, weak like, I don't wanna tell you, probably you see this, but probably it's a pound dollar is the worst choice here. Most probably trying to trade pound via euro or via yen, it's gonna be a better choice. So let's have a look what we have on pound yen. We discussed this range, we have a range break, and we are approaching possible demand level, all right? There was an attempt to break lower during the Tokyo session. I would say we may see the bounce from around 45.50 level, right? But I'm going to watch this zone as a possible supply. That's what I'm gonna to. That's how I'm going to watch the pound yen level. So I'm looking for 46.50, 47 as a level to sell during today whole day, all right? So something in between 46.50, 47 as a selling opportunity. My first target 45.50, second target down towards 44.50, the lower shadow over here. I do believe we have some stops below this level, so that's my second target. And euro pound 86.40, we are testing possible supply right now, right, based on the price action from the 11th of March, 10 days ago, right? Strong move to the downside. So now if bulls are gonna be able to take out these levels, all right, we may see rally back towards 87, and the level over here, we move to the downside, we may call it as a possible manipulation level. So in that case, if I'm gonna to see strong rally to the upside, especially with 2 consecutive swings without retesting this zone, then I may use this zone as a buying opportunity in the future, right? So what I would like to see, I would like to see breakout, a little bit of the pullback which is not touching the zone, another rally with higher high, and then eventually pullback might be the buying opportunity on euro pound. So here we are testing possible supply, and I would say that pound yen looks much better. So looks like for now pound yen is the best choice if you want to express your negativity towards the pound, right? Dollar yen, big loser after the FOMC. We went through 111, totally bearish. We are approaching end of the fiscal year in Japan, and we are approaching at the same time huge, significant level 110. I truly believe we are gonna to witness some verbal intervention from the Bank of Japan officials. But once we are gonna to get and close below 110, that's gonna be very, very, very negative development. Let's have a look what we have from the higher time frame. The same situation. Let's discuss the situation same as we discussed with euro dollar, and in that case we are still above the yearly open, taking into consideration huge sell-off at the very beginning of the year, if you remember, but the yearly open is 109.66, so right below 110. So psychological 110, yearly open 109.66 as the latest line in the sand for bulls, right? That's where we should expect some demand. Again, 110, 109.66, and we are approaching these levels very, very fast. Okay. From intraday perspective, the whole move after FOMC, right? The one big black candle as a range where the top, which is related to weekly open, is possible supply. So I'm not sure if you are gonna to see rally back towards these levels, but I'm gonna be patient and I'm gonna to wait for levels or rally closer to 111. Trying to sell at current levels is like, you know, it's like selling right at the demand, right? So it would be a rookie move, right? I do expect some kind of the demand a little bit lower here, and so I don't wanna sell here. I'm going to wait for higher levels on the dollar yen, right? I may try to approach long side, and just listen carefully, guys. I may try to approach long side, but of course it has to be in relation to the yields. if I'm gonna to see on tens that we are gonna to try to defend 250 on we are talking about the yields right now. Good morning, Mer, how you doing? If we are gonna to try to hold 250 on the yields on tens, and at the same time we are gonna be around 110 109.66, I may try to jump into the long side from the intraday perspective, right? That's how I see the things on the dollar yen. Aussie, here the yesterday move, this attempt to break lower fooled me massively, and I had a problem to try to join the long side, so I missed this trade. At the same time, we had during the Tokyo session we had the jobs data. Thank you. Thank you, Mer. That's the Aussie data over here. So this time I missed the train here. I'm not gonna to chase the prices. I would like to see retest of 71. Let's have a look. I would like to see retest of this zone. Which is related to the previous high over here. All right, so trying to 1 second, yeah, this high, so trying to make the, yeah, I would like to see, that's the whole zone, but I would like to see within that zone, I'm interested the bottom of that zone, 50% and the bottom, right? So we are talking about the levels around 71.20.15, and the bottom is around 71.10. So in between 15 and 10, that's where I'm interested in Aussie to try to go long. We are retesting the post FOMC high right here, right? So yeah, bounce is possible over here. They're trying to bounce higher. I'm not interested in these levels. I would like to see maybe another 1-to-1. So how high can we go before some bears may try to step in? Looks like it's time for bears to show their hands. So in that case, 1-to-1 and retest of the 71.15, 71.10. That's what I'm looking for from the Aussie perspective. All right. Crude finally hit my level. I've been afraid that this megaphone formation and the move to the downside from here, right, that we are done. But no, we saw huge manipulation yesterday. Great stuff. And finally we arrived, based on my chart, we arrived and we visiting 60 level, and I'm looking to sell. All right. I do expect some kind of the verbal intervention from the President Trump. So I'm monitoring his Twitter account very closely right now, and yeah, what I would like to see is some kind of the consolidation around these levels during the European session, during the London session, right? Then I would like to see, so yeah, I would like to see this kind of the consolidation. So we are gonna to draw some box, and then at the very beginning of the US session, I would like to see attempt to move higher, and any kind of the upper shadow on the rising candle, I'm going to try to fade the move. So what I'm looking for is some kind of the similar candle, the one we've seen during the Tokyo session. All right, that's gonna be my approach to the sell side. All right, I'm negative towards the oil. that's intraday perspective. From the higher time frame, based on this inverted head and shoulders, if we are not gonna be able to change the direction around current levels, we are hitting the supply psychological level, we may see even 63, right? So if I'm wrong around current levels and we are gonna to see rally from here, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna renew quickly shorts, right? Meaning that if I'm wrong here, then I'm gonna make step back. I'm going to wait for better levels to sell. All right. I may try some longs, but well below current levels. If you are a bull, then you may try to look to join the party to the upside around 690, 5650. Okay, so that's how I see the things from FX perspective, from commodity perspective. Let's have a look what we have on the crypto side, where the bulls on the Bitcoin trying to hit some stops above 4,200. 1 second. Yeah, that's the Bitcoin intraday perspective, and looks like we trying to hit these stops 4,200. I'm a huge fan, to be honest with you. I'm a huge fan of that sector. I'm a huge fan of crypto. But yesterday on CNBC, some clever heads said that we created the bottom, and I'm worried. So when I heard this stuff on the CNBC, I'm a bit worried, right? If really we hit the bottom, I would prefer to hear on CNBC that we are gonna to see lower levels. Then I would be so bullish. In that case, yeah, I truly believe that the stops above 4,200 are gonna to be hit. I'm not sure what's going to happen after that, right? We may see attempt to retest 4,000, so we may try to create this kind of the range in between. Based on the chart you see here, we may try to create the range in between 4,000 and 4,200, and we may stay within that range for a while. It's good, right? So that's how I see the things from the Bitcoin perspective. What else we have here? Let's have a look. Ethereum versus dollar, and from a higher time frame, as long as we are above 120, 125, right? I truly believe we should see some kind of the bullishness towards this supply around 180 on the daily chart, right? So how I'm going to approach, I would like to see retest of 125, right? Because if we take into the consideration what I see here, right? So we have nice stops below the low of the 20th of March, below the low of the 14th of March. So these lower shadows, nice possible stops below. All right. So I would like to see retest and rejection. Okay. For now, the final target for this move is around 180, but we have to be careful, because there might be some kind of the supply based on what we see from the left side, right, around 160. We may see some supply here, but yeah, the final one is around 180. That's how I see the things. I'm overall bullish, but not here. I'm sorry, Ripple fans, but I'm not bullish on Ripple. The best is if we are gonna to stay within the range. For now, in between 40-42 cents, and down it's a 30-28. Right? So 40, we are talking about this spike to the upside over here, right? And the bottom, which we are trying to hold for now based on this rally. So that's some kind of the demand zone over here. Okay. All right, guys. Our next meeting is 26th. Probably, as far as I remember, is the 26th of March. So next week. Today I'm going to visit. Krakow. There is one of the biggest within the Eastern Europe FX conference. Yeah, so I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a small workshop over there, but in Polish language, right? And that's the link if you wanted to have a look. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there is a conference. Our next meeting, 26th of March. That's it today from me, guys. Yeah, that's true, Mer. That's true. Especially when we broke through 6,000, 5,800, but we never retest these levels from the low, right? So I do expect that once we are gonna to go above 4,200, right? If we are gonna to close above 4,200, we may see slow attempt to retest the 6,000, 5,800. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your time. Wish you great Thursday. Wish you great Friday. Have a great weekend. And yeah, we are going to have another meeting next week. So see you again next week. All the best. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.